All right, everyone. Hey. So, yeah, little technical difficulties getting started back up, and but aside from that, we
Hello.
we got some exciting stuff to talk about, you guys. A lot has happened since we last streamed. Notably, we have some site articles. We have news about Montenegro's artist. Festivali Kangas has happened. Junior Eurovision has happened, and that was just absolutely spectacular. We have some more details on Panbandom Ishnaujo from Lithuania, and some more details on Malta's entries and Supernova from Latvia, if we have the chance to talk about that a little bit later. But we're going to be getting more details about that as the week goes on, so sit tight because we're probably going to talk about that in some later streams.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
a lot has
Um,
happened. Anyways, yeah?
as they just make sure in the bottom does it say recording and does it say streaming in the bottom of Streamlabs? Because I'm looking on YouTube and nothing's coming up yet.
Nothing's up yet?
Yeah, nothing on YouTube is streaming.
It is. It's doing it through Streamlabs. Okay, you know what? I think it's because I'm, like, on one of the things I'm still logged into, like, my other account. Does that have to do with it, or... Because, like, I mean,
Well,
I can access it through,
oh, here it is.
yeah.
It's under the stream. The one that we set up before. I see it here.
Okay. Is it, like,
So
still
I
functional?
did have the wrong get everything too. Yeah, I can see it. We're hi. I'm
Yeah,
looking
hi.
at myself on YouTube at the same time. Oh, excuse me.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, that's a little. I will just edit. We'll edit stuff out later.
Yeah.
Later. So yeah, we are here. We're going to be talking about stuff
Mm-hmm.
that Jordan outlined earlier. My laptop is lie on me, and I'm kind of waiting on a new one right now. So hence why we were like 30 minutes late. We've got a bunch of stuff going around. So let's go ahead, I guess, and we'll hop into. Do you want to start by talking ESC 250 stuff? They
Yeah.
are.
So ESC 250 happened, and this, despite being one of the most contentious years where we all thought Loreen would not run away with a 10th year of being the victor of 250, managed to knock Måneskin off of what we thought was going to be the top of the list. We thought Måneskin was going to be able to win 250 and take that credibility, or like not the credibility, but the status of the winner away from Lorraine, but that did not happen. In fact, we have an entirely new list of 250 top 10s, of which a number of whom are the 21 songs. But at the end of the day, Lorraine did manage to take home her 10th win for 250 year. So starting from the bottom, working from 10th place all the way to first, Tout l'univers by John's Tears, Switzerland 2021, was 10th place, followed by Beth, Spain 2003, for 9th place. And this took me by surprise. This definitely surprised me when I saw that, because I know that people enjoyed the song, but seeing any song appear like newly in the top 10 is always like kind of like startling to me, and especially because like Dime, these are just one of the songs that you hear on AC radio and you find it pleasant, but all right. Like, I was surprised by the placing, but deserved, I think, because it is one of Spain's best entries, I consider.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the best that they've done in the last 20 years.
Definitely.
It's just shocking to see, especially when it's an older song.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think 2003 was olden times, but there are people who kind of go, I don't really know any Eurovision from like 2011. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, that was interesting to see there.
Mm-hmm. Soldi rounded out 8th place, which it dropped from 7th place last year, by Mahmoud, Italy 2019. Spirit in the Sky landed 7th place, Norway 2019. That song was by KEiiNO. Fuego was 2nd place last year, but it got 6th place this year, Eleni Ferreira, Cyprus 2018. Voila, Barbara Pravi, 5th place, France 2021. I was actually pretty surprised by that, because I thought she would do a little bit better. Arcade, Duncan Lawrence, Netherlands 2019, scored 4th place overall. And this really took me by surprise. Shum, Goe, Ukraine 2021 scored third place. I
I'm
knew they were gonna get top 5, but I didn't think they were gonna get so far as top 3. Like they were so close to like being the final battle between Zitoboni and Euphoria at the end of like they were the song that like barely just made it to that final battle, and it's just like let's just take a second to process that. Like Shoom was that song. I mean, televote poll.
There's somebody on YouTube. There's somebody on Twitter. I mess around. Like I joke around with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got, it was just like, what the hell? What's happening? Like this, we were like, where's Shoom at? Why isn't Shoom played yet? And I'm like, I swear, if Shoom wins, Shoom dethrones Euphoria, I'm gonna grab my Ukrainian flag and run around and reaching.
Mm-hmm.
And then gosh, I have to go put pants on now because we're getting close. And I heard Shoom and I was like, okay, but I don't.
No, that really surprised me too. When I knew that there were only 3 songs left, I was like, oh, Shoom. Like, what if it does it? What if it does it? Like, what if Shoom is the dark horse of 250?
Deserved. If it did deserved.
Absolutely deserved.
It did happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, our top 2.
So, Zitoboni.
I thought Maniskin could take it. I thought Maniskin was going to defeat Euphoria.
I did too. I did too.
Like, Ben dethroned.
I thought it was about to be the moment. It was not the
trope Euphoria has on the Eurovision Fam. It's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's a good song. We like it. 10 years straight, though.
10 years straight. No, that is like kind of like baffling. That basically tells you like then 10 years isn't going to stop her. Then it's probably going to be like 11 years and just like so on, because it doesn't matter how well this like most recent winner does. Like to have the folk song of our culture, to have like that song, like you need clearly something special, something very, very specific and particular, because we've had literally 10 winners since that, but her place is like she's just been proven unstoppable. But like, who knows, maybe next year it could be different, but I have my doubts.
Honestly, I think Dancevis, my beloved Dancevis, Dancevis, if it had come out more recently, could have done it. I think so. That song, that's my song. That's like, if we had to do like our ultimate best Eurovision song ever, that would be mine. Because think about it, the song came out like 60 years ago. It stands the test of time. Everyone who hears it loves it. That song could win any Eurovision contest ever. Period. Go back to 58. Actually, maybe 58. Any songs in 1962, which is the year it won 63. So yeah, any songs from like 1960, it could have won any contest. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
I'm buying.
No, I mean, you have that kind of like fantastical element that like the live orchestra brings, and the fact that the vocalist has to like be well harmonized with them and like all the other instruments and like their own instrument, and still be able to kind of like perform it. Like it's like the stage show that they put on back then had nothing to do with like lights or like massive staging or anything. It was all expression, and it was all like your 3 minutes of being like, ha, like I am the perfect instrument. So
the
like.
Thing with you, well, no, because the thing with Euphoria is, like, if you take just the imagery, like, if you take that live performance from the night in Baku, and you compare it to, like, other, even things in the top 10 list here, there's not much going on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's very stripped back and pared back. I don't know, man. I like Euphoria, but the chokehold.
It is a chokehold. It's an intense chokehold.
It's oh gosh, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, maybe one day she'll be dethroned. Were there anything else that kind of stood out to you in regards to the 250s?
Well, there was the fact that KEiiNO had jumped like how many, like several hundred steps up and got all of us by surprise. Like, what?
Oh, how about that Spanish one that came out of nowhere? The one with the... I know the song's, like, translates, like, witches or something in English. Like, Spain.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that one from, like, 800th place to, like, 80th? And you're just like, what is happening? Who did this? Why did this happen?
Yeah, I have no idea, like, how, like, we were able to organize or stuff like that to push those songs to the top,
Yeah.
but either way, like, that's permanent. Like, they're going to be a permanent fixture that happened.
Yeah. But yeah, like, this year was, honestly, listening to the top 20 was so much fun. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
That last, like, hour, I had so much fun the whole time.
That
Like,
last
it
hour
just
was
described-
just, like, that was just full of so many ups and downs. Like, it was like watching a movie, basically.
What is happening, guys? What?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and like, by the way, quick thing, everybody, if I sound sick or congested, it's because I am. Aside from just Sydney having, like, our technical problems with her not having a computer right now because it, like, broke down, and my computer not having everything I need, I am just generally not doing very well. So if I look out of it, it's because I literally do have COVID, and this is this is quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It's
struggle this
yeah,
year.
like, and especially like having it, it has me like a little, all over the place. But moving on right away to the articles for the site. So we do have some new articles on the Eurovision Fam site, and they are pretty exciting. Let me talk to you about them a little bit. So we had an interview with Alexandra Rotan from KEiiNO with our journalist Ale Mengisto, and this article is titled "I've Learned That Hard Work Pays Off." Basically, following Monument and the other projects by KEiiNO, Alexandra went on to get second place in Stjernekamp 2021, where she was challenged to sing in different genres and styles, which, coming from a Eurovision artist, seeing them venture into different styles, like, not even necessarily as a part of, like, shows, but just seeing them do that as an artist in general is very uplifting, very enlightening, and it's really exciting to see kind of just like the other ways that they want to gear their artistry that isn't just fixated by the 3 minutes that they had on the Eurovision stage. Very exciting. The article talks further into dialogue with her about the post-Eurovision experience and her own artistic exploration. So I highly advise that you go ahead and check out that article, because it's a little bit more personable to have just to see the dialogue that we had with Alexandra, and just to kind of see like how she's doing after being the televote winner in 2019, and just kind of nowadays what the music scape looks like for her, because we can kind of see similar experiences happen after the fact with a lot of other Eurovision artists. And the second article, The Power of Pop Music at the Eurovision Song Contest by Miss Alicia Michelle. So, in this article, she describes that pop music has shown itself to be very all-encompassing. The win of Måneskin illustrates a sway back in the direction of rock for popular music, but this begs the question, has rock music truly re-arrived at the Eurovision Song Contest, or is it just a token or checkbox that needs to be marked off, so the contest ultimately reflects what's happening in the charts? So, there's almost an acceptance barrier that supersedes being considered a pop or popular artist, which could subsequently paint Måneskin as a pop rock band. Pop music is based on how it'll be received, and it goes on to say, this is a genre that could arguably be determined on how it's consumed. Mass consumption yields the pop name tag in a song contest, and mass consumption is the key to victory, which seems to be driving the success with a result in countries that do well, televote especially. And we do see that the case with Måneskin and Blind Channel doing very well in this last contest. All right, I see some...
I think it's well... Sorry. I'm going to cut you off and apologize.
Oh, no, you're fine.
It's one of those things where, yeah, it's like there's a difference between what you're going to hear pop. When I think pop, I think what would work on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of the way I think of when it comes to breaking down genres, because genres can be really, the lines between genres can be blurred quite a bit. And so you're looking at the structure of the song has a huge part in whether or not something is pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It typically will have, first verse, or maybe even start off with your chorus, because that's what your hook is going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
When you get your hook, that's going to help with determining whether or not something's a pop. Both of those songs are completely different genres of rock music,
Uh-huh.
but both have structure. Like Måneskin is I'll call it old style. It's more like your classic style of rock music. It has like a strong element, like I would say, very 70s-ish vibe. rather than anything newer, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas with Blind Channel's song, that's new metal. That's straight up, I'm wearing a Hot Topic. It is 2003. My friend is making out with her boyfriend who's way too old for her.
Angst.
And it's oh gosh, it's Hot Topic, baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's basically what it comes down to, I think. But both of them also have a pop structure, because within those genres, you have bands that would have their pop songs that would hit, and then you'd have bands where and then you'd have their album cuts. And for both bands and both songs that came out this year, it's definitely one of their radio hit that you get rather than their album cut.
Yeah.
That was all I wanted. I'm sorry.
And I really appreciate the fact that even with those two songs, we get such a breadth of diversity of topic, of discussion, of lyrics, of language. It's just it was just these two songs that were the rock songs that really boosted forward the kind of rock boot at Eurovision, and it happened to give us I don't know, it really did open the door. And I hope the songs that we get subsequently coming on this year kind of see that as a more open playing field with it, and just decide to be more experimental with the rock sound, because I like what we have so far in terms of national selection, which we can move on right along to, actually.
Well, I was going to say, kind of to wrap it up with this, the article states, Eurovision is going to be a popular song contest. It's going to be pop music. It's going to have a head, it's going to be a head automatically going into the contest, right?
Uh-huh.
And even when you have, because every year you get people who go, oh, well, they're just doing this genre because it's, they're just doing this genre because this genre won last year or whatever. With this year, we have 3 songs confirmed thus far, and of those 3 songs, all of them have a pop structure.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a diversity in genre. Bulgaria is giving us a rock song, but it's a rock song that has a very pop structure. We have Domi with their song. That song, very much dance pop. You can hear it at Full Cycle. You can hear it at the club. Either way, it's it's got the dance. It's a dance song using electronic instruments, but it has a very strong pop structure.
Yeah.
And with Ornella's song for Albania, same thing. It has a very strong pop structure to it. Yeah, it starts out kind of what is happening? Why is this a ballad? And you hear an eagle screech, and then you go, oh, there's a drop.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, they're using drops more than a chorus, a traditional chorus on Ornella's song.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked. And it's been happening in pop music now for at least the last 5 years or so, where you're not seeing so much of a chorus anymore, but you're seeing a drop occur. And that's acting as your chorus in the street. But yeah, all 3 of those songs with this pop structure, even though they are, firmly in different genres at the same time.
Uh-huh. I mean, that's just the power of Eurovision. We are able to get that, after the fact, we're able to kind of just appreciate that as a means of, looking back to it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sorry, we're going to move on to the next thing then?
Yeah. So, Montenegro's artist, would you like to discuss a little bit about what we got in terms of news from Montenegro?
Yes, I would. So we have Lodana.
Mm-hmm.
She competed at Montevideo in 2005 and 2006. So she has tried to go to Eurovision at least 2 other times that we know of publicly. I went through and listened to some of her music, lots of electronic instrumentation, and there's a dark edge. Her 2 songs she had at Montevideo has kind of a dark sound to it. And there's also a darkness to her song Center City, which is her biggest hit. It's really moody and really evocative, and I am really looking forward to seeing what she's going to bring, because it's going to, we are getting quite a few people who are kind of bringing darker pop.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at, I love dark pop music. I love dark dance music too. I like a song that kind of has that not so happy upbeat brightness to it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because I'm thinking are we heading to this are we going to Eurovision's goth girl phase? Eurovision's goth girl phase though. I'm sorry. I just had that thought. I'm like, can we?
I don't.
I'm not saying
think
I'm not saying Lodana's goth, but I'm saying like between her and like S10, they both have like a dark to the music that they make. It's still pop music, but it has like a dark edge to it.
But like, yeah, I like decided like darkness to it. I agree, and I think that could be.
Yeah.
I think it could be very interesting to kind of like see how those two contrast. I really hope we get live instrumentation with it. I remember making that note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just having everything be synths.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like synth music, but it gets sometimes. I know just enjoy something that has a lot of synth in it. Not everyone's going to do that. Like, and when it comes to Eurovision, ultimately, I want everyone to get their best result possible. Yeah. But she did have a quote from the the announcement video, which was, "I know that life is in both black and white keys. Every day is a brand new song. That is interesting. We only realize what it means to fight for a life when it begins to hurt, and when the cure is the only mission. This is my song, my cure for Europe and for the world." So I'm thinking, reading that.
Gorgeous opening statement. It's a gorgeous opening statement. Thank you for that. Oof.
Girlie's gonna get rid of COVID with her song. Yes.
I hope so. Please get rid of mine.
Let's release that ASAP.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's gonna bring to the table.
Me too.
Great. We did also get Festival guest results since we're talking about confirmed artists. Ronella won.
Yay!
It's not a secret.
Okay. There's a lot we need to say about this, though.
Ooh, I have spicy thoughts.
I'll start first because like my thoughts are more or less like the popular ones, and then we can make it spicy.
Okay, we'll start basic, and then I'll add my top flakes.
So, like I think like from here I can work third place up to first. So Eldis and Rosarda tied for third.
I love Rosarda.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Those songs were Refuzoi and Ayem Yanuse, which really surprised me because that was a solid performance. Like, oof.
Yeah, like what ended up happening. I'm not like, please guys, don't take this as me saying anything against Ronella when I say this. Rosarda was my winner going after the contest because when she was performing that last night, I could not take my eyes off of her. She had my full undivided attention. And I was buying whatever she was selling. Like, that was an amazing performance. I wanted to, because that's the thing is,
she didn't mess up a single note. Not a single one.
No.
Everything was solid.
Every note was perfect. It was just her on the stage, but the whole time, I'm watching her performance. And I thought she was just a great performer, and I just wanted to, shout that out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she came through, did a good job, but, yeah. And then Eldis, he's one of the newer people. He's one of the ones who came in to first time at the Festival EurovisionFam rodeo, comes third. Love it. I just wanted to give those two a brief shout out since the top two in the end were
the anticipated top two in any order. Yeah, but the third place, Eldis and Rosarda, flawless vocal performances. Great job to both of you, and I hope you come back because your voices are just sublime and excellent.
Yeah.
So, Albin Ramosai came second with Thea. I wasn't really anticipating this. I thought he would win.
Yeah.
And his staging was really nice. I really enjoyed the staging. Didn't love his costume. The vocals were the best they've been.
You didn't like his post-apocalyptic chic? He's wandering through the wasteland.
It was kind of giving me Rasmussen Higher Ground, and not in a Rasmussen Higher Ground kind of way.
I was gonna make some Star Wars jokes. Thank goodness.
No! Oh my god! It literally. Okay, yeah. Now that you say Star Wars, yes.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry.
Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, but he. I can't help but see that now. He managed to score second.
It's a style. It's popular. Honestly, people in LA wear that, I think. I don't live in LA.
They kind of do. Yeah, no. They kind of do.
Yeah. Style. The song was good. There were some points where, okay, I know why you're not winning. I how do I phrase this? Festivali Ikingus is about the vocal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mess up, honestly, there were people who got through to the last night, like of the newcomers. I was like, girl, that note, and they still let you through. Good for you. But yeah. Like, that's how Festivali Ikingus is. It's about having like a power note. And he had some that were kind of not the best, but I still found his performance very engaging.
Yeah, and it's a very hard song. Very hard song.
Yeah, so we have our winner.
Yeah, great job to Albin for managing to snag that second place. But in first place, we did have Ranella at the end of the day, which, all right. So since I have a less spicy opinion of this song, I thought I love the performance, and I think it was the best live performance so far of the year. But I did think the stage felt very crowded. That hopefully can be prevented by the time we, like, subtract the amount of dancers. But then again, like, that's also not a guarantee, because, like, having even a Eurovision amount of dancers can still feel very crowded, which is something I kind of worry about. The choreography and vocals need some polishing, but it doesn't, like, kind of, like, ruin the whole thing if like, she doesn't, like, work on it day to day. Like, it's still a very good performance. Generally, I was very happy with the ultimate result, but I do think polishing needs to be done. I think, ultimately, though, Albania is going to have a pretty good result, and that's going to be due to, like, televote pull, because this song is very televote, like, pop, as you were discussing earlier. Like, the structure is very pop, and it's going to have that nice pop carry that I even want to say almost like Shum kind of, like, had.
Yeah, because it also has, like, the elements that are more of the traditional sound at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And Eurovision fans eat that up. Eurovision fans like a upbeat song that still kind of sounds like it's giving you something unique to the culture.
Yeah.
Like, Eurovision fans, they love KEiiNO. What did we get from KEiiNO? Pop structure. We have traditional elements when with FiK, and working. And, like, it's got, this has written all over it something people who watch Eurovision are going to absolutely love, and I totally get that. Here's my thing: it's more of a performance than it is a song.
Ooh.
Like, if you're gonna, like, this is where I get spicy, because there's quite a few Eurovision songs that people love, and I'm like, as a song, I'm not here for it. I have to get the live element, or else it just doesn't work for me. And this is one of those. There's just such long stretches where nothing is happening vocally.
That's true.
And those are there for dancing, for dance breaks. I don't, when it comes to a song I'm listening to, I don't want a dance break. I'm hearing. So this is one of those ones where my personal opinions and my personal rankings are going to go widely between as a song and as an overall package. As an overall package, I love this.
Yes.
Cut back the dancers a little bit. Like you said, because that's going to happen. You're going to only have 5 dancers at most on stage. Then there's also certain parts that can be elevated. Because there's no pyro at Festivali Ikingus. But if there's one thing this song needs, it's some pyro.
Yeah.
Like, when that eagle screeches, I already see the pyro coming in. Bam.
They better bring the whole pyro visual when that eagle screeches, because, like, that is going to be the key moment.
Yeah, but, like, that's my biggest thing with this song, is that it's a good performance, like, as an overall package. Another song like that is Love Wave. I hate listening to Love Wave. I can't stand the studio version, but I love it live. It's so good live.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it studio. And this is one of those ones. That's my spicy take. It's just like, this is a song where live it works for me, but not live. I would probably skip it.
Honestly, like, yeah, when it's not live, I do have kind of a, like, not watching it, just kind of like hearing it as a song, it does go everywhere. Like, not having the visual element, you could kind of just feel like you're listening to maybe 8 songs at once. I enjoy that kind of a thing. But then again, that is very much a matter of taste, and I do agree. It is more of a performance than it is a song, but in Eurovision standard, that's going to do okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I know it's like my personal thing, but that's what I'm here to do, is give my opinions on these things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Other than Festivali Ikingus, the other competition we had missed was Junior.
Oh my god. I can't believe it's already been so long since the junior show. Like, how has it already been this long? I miss them. I miss all these kids already. I miss
All
that
of my
show. Okay.
nieces and nephews.
I'm just gonna say the Junior Eurovision show so far it was better than all the 2022 like pre-shows that we've had for Eurovision. Like, come on, like these kids and frankly, like the French delegation were able to put together just like such a magical evening of just performances.
French,
yeah,
but not French. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the French do. Oh gosh, someone's gonna get upset when I say this. The French have a tendency to be very French.
Yes. Especially like no exception here.
I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
But the French have a tendency to be very French. This was very French, but not too French. The stage was gorgeous too. Oh, I love that stage to bits.
Oh, that might be one of my favorite Junior Eurovision stages to date.
It was a great stage. It was a great stage.
Mm-hmm.
The Carlo was charming. Elodie did not say you once, and I was a little disappointed.
I know. I was waiting for her to do that.
And like the way they seamlessly work in the English was like, because that's my biggest thing when it comes to France and their potential to host Eurovision is like, they're French, so they're not like they always speak in French. But and that sounds weird. I don't know how to phrase that. Sounds bad. It's just one of those things where like I honestly was surprised at how like seamlessly they worked in the English.
It was seamless. Yeah. Olivier.
Good hosting. I don't remember who the male host's name was.
Olivier.
But he was okay. Olivier, yeah. Very attractive older man.
Oof, so pretty. He's so pretty.
Don't.
No, I was taken aback by that too. I was like, damn.
I was like, wow, he is really good looking.
He is.
But yeah, I thought it was great staging. I like that Carla kind of when they started singing "Happy Birthday," she was ready to go. She's like, "Let's go! I'm out of here! Happy birthday, done."
She's like, "I'm getting a prompt in my ear saying we have to move on," but everyone's like, "Happy birthday."
She did it so well. Like she did her best.
She did her best, and frankly, like if France ever hosts another Eurovision event, I need her to host again, just because it's her.
Oh. And I play Fortnite. I know I'm an old person on Fortnite, but like I'm not even joking. I do have Bim Bam Toi on Fortnite. So like whenever I kill somebody, I play that song. Because it's like my sister, like I have my siblings play Fortnite. And they don't watch Junior Eurovision at all. I was like, yeah, that's a Junior Eurovision song. So I literally started playing the game just because of her. I'm not even joking.
Well, yes, it's a hit.
Good, yes. Yeah, sorry. I'm playing and giggling like an idiot, but yeah.
No, yeah, so Junior Eurovision. Yeah, let's... Top 5!
Okay, so, top 5, Azerbaijan came 5th.
Delicious song. I love that song so much. It's so pretty. And the vocals were delivered so powerfully. Everything I wanted. That was everything I wanted from that performance.
It was perfection. Like, just loved it to pieces. Like that one's really grown on me a lot. I honestly was listening to it the other day and I was like, oh, maybe I should have voted for this. Then Georgia came 4th. Love.
So good.
The staging was so cute and charming.
His dancers! I loved him and his dancers and the colors.
I am working on a sewing pattern because I want those sleeves on those dancers outfits. So good. And I love this song anyway. It was like, that was one of the ones I voted for because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Georgia was great. And like, looking at the top 5, he was kind of probably the one that's the youngest as far as like what he would appeal to.
Yeah.
He did so well. Because like sometimes when kids are super like childish with performances, you get a little worried that everything that they're going to be lost with the more mature versions, but no, he was
did not have that characteristic here, and it's because Georgia typically knows what they're doing with Junior. Even if they have a sleeper song, the live performance will always be the most spectacular thing.
Georgia knows what they're doing with Junior, even when we don't know what they're doing with Junior. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That one time they had an R&B love ballad about the planet. why did that happen? Why am I getting 90s R&B keyboard? I don't know why. I love it. Thank you, but...
It ended up as my winner, and I was like, huh?
Exactly. You're like, I didn't see this coming, guys.
Yeah, like, how dare you?
And then, like, France. Oh, Enzo was the cutest. Like, just...
That staging was so gorgeous. Like, I loved how it was staged. And they were doing... Like, the choreography was so cute.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Oh, my gosh. With that one was just, like, that was aggressively French.
It was,
but I loved every second of it.
Aggressively French and kind of Christmas.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I thought New Year's. It had a New Year's vibe to me.
More New Year's, yeah, definitely.
With more New Year's. And I don't know, maybe like I'm biased towards New Year's or Christmas, but yeah, no, like, I always don't know, because like I've done like 3 New Year's Eve parties that were 20s themed, so it worked for me. But yeah, that was great. Staging was adorable. Song was catchy.
Wonderful. And he's such a charismatic performer too.
Oh, he's just a cute, like, oh gosh, I want to just adopt him. Mm-hmm. Like, that's my new brother, guys. Like, I'm sorry to my actual brother.
Little Hong Kong resident.
Yeah, like, I can use a new little brother. He'll blend in. And then, being second was Sarah James. Like, we knew Poland was going to be up there.
And to think, like, she was only 6, like, if she had 6 points more, she could have won because of the tiebreak rule. Like, yeah. It was right there, and honestly, completely deserved, like, just being right behind the winner there, because Sarah, she's such, like, a seasoned performer, such a seasoned vocalist. She's going to be a star. She's going to be. It's inevitable.
She's done a lot of shows, and, like, looking at her music, like, kind of when I was working on my own stuff for my own channel, I went through and watched all her performances from when she was competing on The Voice Kids. I went through and I watched, like, some of the music videos she's put out. If you're, when, you know, they have, like, little interstitial things they do to kind of get people hyped up for what's coming up. Mm-hmm. Great. Like, she's very charming. She's very charismatic. She knows how to work the camera.
She knows how to talk to the camera.
She's great. Like, honestly, she is genuinely funny. Like,
yeah, she is.
She's someone you have to watch out for, y'all. Like, she's someone who genuinely I can see being global one day. And
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of someone else who can go global one day, Armenia? Malina?
This is another case of just, like, you have star power before you even got to the show. It wasn't just the fact that she had, like, a winning song before this. She came with the promise of, like, okay, like, this is not just gonna be, like, a dance song that is more modern and more adult than the rest of the contest, but I'm also gonna show you that I'm not, like, an unpracticed vocalist. This is someone who has put her whole life into this performance, and that is absolutely true. We saw that shine, and she won, and she deserved to win. I mean, like, I can argue that a lot of these kids deserve to win, but, like, frankly, the fact that she did win just shows you the direction of Junior and, like, where Junior is set to go. Like, this is a modern, good contest. This is not just, like, a kid's talent show. These kids are just as good as the adults.
Here's my thing. There's a lot of people, I think, who look at Junior Eurovision and go, this is how I used to feel. I'm one of these people. I used to be ignorant. I'm not going to watch a KEiiNO contest. Like, what am I going to do? Listen to a bunch of kids do a rendition of the ABCs? What is that? And then, like, the first year you get into Junior, you're like, oh, wow. These are all great. Like, how are these, how, like, it, and that, Kami Kami is one of those, like, it's one of those ones where, when I heard it the first time, I was like, this is fantastic. I was listening to it, and my sister didn't know it was from Junior. She was just like, oh, what's that song? Because she wanted to put it on a playlist on her Spotify. I'm like, oh, this is the Junior Eurovision. And that one, she's like, wow, that's really good. Yeah, I know.
It's a global hit. It literally is a global hit. Like, the way that it was constructed is geared for all of us to consume it, and I am consuming.
Yes, 100%. I mean, I know she was, like, number 1 on the chart in Armenia.
Yeah, she did. She beat Adele. She beat Adele in Armenia.
You know what, girl? Good for you.
Yes, exactly.
Good for you. good for you. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to what we're going to get at junior next year.
Mm-hmm. I really like her voice and her other music too. So like, just keep going, girl. Keep going.
And it's one of those things where I'm looking forward to junior next year because every year since I started watching junior, it's gotten better somehow.
Every year, I agree. I completely agree.
And I honestly am so looking forward to seeing what we're going to get next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Paris.
And thank you, the French broadcaster, for giving us this show because, wow.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And honestly,
excellent.
One more thing about the French broadcaster, I think this was them showing, bring us your own vision. Give us adult Eurovision, y'all.
Yeah,
you want to see a real show? Give us adult Eurovision.
We see you with C'est vous qui décidez. Like, we know you're competent.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Come on. Bring it. So, junior was great.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to junior next year. And, speaking of you're being great, let's talk about Malta because Malta is
yes.
and, I like that transition. And Malta has told us who is going to be competing at MESC. I hope my girl, the tent, is back. I love that tent. I love the commercials. I miss them.
The commercials for like the crackers and like the cheese and
Hilton Travel. I'm ready. I want to book a vacation.
The bank ads.
The Inglot ads. Oh gosh, I love MESC. It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. It is one of my favorite selections.
So sometime later this month, you're going to be getting. Oh, is it going to be? I think it's January. They said.
Yeah.
Sometime later this month, we get the songs. There's 22 songs in total that will compete in one semi-final, and 16 of those songs will go on to the grand final. I don't know, personally, I feel like if you're going to do 22 for a semi, this might as well make it a one-show deal, but...
I agree, yeah. Like, why whittle it down only that much?
Because it's Malta, I don't know, but...
Yeah, Malta doesn't listen to anyone in particular. They decide what they're going to do just on their own. And I love that. I respect that. This is why we have you. This is why we love you.
They're going to give us vocals. It's going to be like Festival King Part 2 with these vocals coming up. But yeah, the competing songs on artists are Aiden Cesar with Ritmu.
Maltese.
Baklava.
That's supposed to be Maltese, right? Yeah, anyways.
The Maltese, yes. Then we have Baklava, Nicole with the song Electric Indigo. Denise Merceria with the song Boy. There Shembra with, is that 2? It's like 2 Roman numerals.
Or is it eel? I don't know.
It's 2 L. 2 ones.
It's 2 ones? So okay, it might be 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon Muscat with Out of Sight. Inya Magritte. Francesca Sciberras will bring us the song Rise. Jade Vea bring us the song Revelation. Maybe that's going to be in Italian. It's Malta, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Janice
Mangion with Army. I'm going to talk about her, but anyways, yes.
yeah, we're going to definitely talk about Janice. Jessica Muscat, another familiar name.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the song Kaleidoscope. Malcolm Pisani with We Came for Love. Mark Anthony Bartolo with Serenity. Michael Black, I think, is what that's going to be, with the song Come Around. Mariana Conte with Look What You've Done Now. Nicole Azopardi with Into the Fire. Nicole Hammett with Lover's Heart. Norbert Bonden will sing How Special Are You? Raquel Glidis Brifa will sing Over You. Richard Mclaughlin will sing Hey Little. And then Sarah Bonici will sing Heaven. And you said you wanted to talk about Janice, so let's talk about Janice.
Yes. So, Janice Mangion, if you guys remember, 2017, the MESC selection when Breathlessly won. So, Janice Mangion actually had my winning song of that entire season, which was Kelba. It was a Maltese language ballad with with like very interesting production elements. It was not just like a classic pop ballad. It was kind of like divisive, more alt instrumentation. With this ballad, the lyrics were just gorgeous once I translated them into English, and the melody was my favorite. And her song this year is in English, which I was kind of, I mean, I'm still excited that we're getting a Maltese language entry, but I know her voice, I know her discography, I listen to her music outside of just MESC, and she is one of my favorite artists in Malta, so I am very highly anticipating her. Janice Manjan, this is for you, girl. I love you, and I hope Army is just as good as Kelba. But if it's not, it's okay, because I still love you for all your music anyways.
Yes, exactly. No, she's great. She's honestly, she should have won.
She should have won.
That.
She should have
won that of MESC 100%.
I'm still broken by that.
Gosh, that's the thing with Eurovision. When you get into national finals, your heart gets broken, but you still love that your heart got broken, you know?
And, okay, us being from the States, you can't just share that pain casually with people.
Like, oh man, guys, I'm just so sad.
It's like this song from 5 years ago didn't get selected for a music competition in a sub-music competition because it was native language and I loved it. It's like, that's hard to explain to other Americans.
Honestly, my weirdest, hard to explain to other American situations, kind of like this little soft tangent. I was in the hospital like 6 weeks ago for something, and I was listening to Always from Azerbaijan song from 2009.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Here, the way the hospitals are kind of set up is you have like your own. It's nice. You have your own private room. This is the public regular hospital too. Mm-hmm. You've got like a couch so people can come visit you, and like Bluetooth speakers and stuff. And I had like my laptop. I'm just like listening to music and stuff like that while I'm sitting there for like 3 days. And the nurse comes in. She's like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a song." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Where is this song from?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's from Azerbaijan." And she's like, "I never heard of it."
See, like,
who knows where that came? Because she was like talking about, oh my god, yeah, it was just one of those things where I'm like, her husband had just gotten back, and she's like kind of looking at me like, "How do you know?" And I'm like, "I watch Eurovision Fam. That's how I know where these places are."
It's like, I've never heard of that country before, and it's like, well, just so you know, like, their music industry is a powerhouse, and it's like, if you get into their music, it will be ridiculous. Like, you will throw your whole body down.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Or it's like, also like on TikTok, there were like a bunch of people making fun of Americans who don't know geography, and I'm like, give me a map of Europe.
Yeah, no, like, we would pass that litmus test. Honestly, if there were like a placement test for like Americans to be like, okay, how well are you at like geography in order for you to be like seen as like a member of a more intelligent caliber, like, we would pass it with flying colors because we look at maps every day. Yeah, I know your capitals. I know which flag is what country flag. I got it. I can label. I can find Luxembourg. Give me them. I'm sorry, that's off on a tangent. No, that's okay. No, we need to defend our ground.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was the district champion for Geography B back in 2001, so I know world geography.
Hell yeah. District champion, okay.
District champion, like, 20-something years ago. Look at you.
Oh my god, you're about to make me pass out.
Sorry, I don't want to do that to you. Other artists that are competing in MESC, we've got Jessica Muscat. You guys will remember her when her and Jenny B took the stage for San Marino back in...
We are who we are.
And who we are is who we want to be.
So she's not with Jenny B this time.
No, she's solo. She's honestly done MESC a lot. You know, she's one of those names and faces you just get to know. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many artists. Like, when you start watching MESC, there's just people you expect to see every year. And hopefully MESC will keep it up, because I've missed that. I miss my yearly check-in with my Maltese artists.
I know. Like, that's my favorite part of January, low-key. Just, like, the Maltese songs. Because I love Malta for giving us just, like, kind of, like, good, listenable, like, easy listening pop ballads. Is that just me?
Yeah.
I love the easy listening pop ballads that come out of it. It's just, that's January to me.
Yeah, like, it's exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's like coming home. And, yeah. And speaking of coming home,
yeah.
Like coming home. Wow, I didn't even try that transition. Richard
That was okay. That was good. That was good.
Sorry. Another name you guys might recognize from another Eurovision alum is Richard Mclaughlin, who represented Malta in 2014 as a part of Firelight with the song "Coming Home."
My first Eurovision song ever. So good. And also I have a crush on him.
Yep. He's very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And his father is also handsome because he did a song with his dad last.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's really sweet. Like, he's got like a nice homey feel to him.
He's a staple. He's an MESC staple. I love him.
Yes, exactly. And like his music's very charming and very like easy listening, laid back, good
acoustic,
times.
rustic, and I love just like his deep, raspy, like gentle dad-like voice. Comforting. I can take a nap.
Yeah, no. And someone else is Nicole Hammett.
Mm-hmm.
She represented Malta at JESC in 2010, so she's come back. Her song back then was "Knock Knock Boom Boom." Another Eurovision family.
Mm-hmm.
Here, we all know we love our Maltese junior artist coming back.
Adore them.
I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to bring there. And then someone who's not really a staple of MESC that I wrote down kind of some information for was Emma. So she is someone who I kind of admire. And the reason why is because there's some people... She competed on an Italian show called Amici di Marcia dei Filippi. And it's like a, Italian... kind of like Italy's Got Talent sort of a show.
Yeah.
Because they have like dancing and singing and stuff. And I think she came fourth her season. And there's people competing at San Remo who competed with her on that show. Like,
oh my gosh!
Rama, who's at San Remo this year, he won the same season she came fourth.
Oh wow!
And then that's a show where if you look at like the list of people competing at San Remo this year, a good like quarter of them plus were on this show. So because of that, I'm kind of looking at Emma like, what are you gonna bring? She's also signed to Warner Music Italy, so I'm kind of like looking at her like she's gonna bring something big. And that's like, without hearing, because we don't have the songs, without hearing any of the songs, she's kind of the one I'm looking at like, okay, what are you gonna bring? Because, like, you're not really a known element to me at this point. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do. But I'm not, like, excited. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not excited. But it's like, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do. Because you're an unknown element for me and what you're going to bring to MESC. Not like, Jessica Muscat, Richard Cliff, Janice. I've seen what they've done at MESC. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to do at MESC as well.
And the song's called Out of Sight. And I'm not going to lie, that sounds like it could be a bop. It sounds like it could be a throwdown.
It could be a bop, or it could be like a heartfelt ballad. I want a bop personally, but if she came right with that, we're going to this completely. To be honest, like whatever it's gonna be, I'm looking forward to. So those are kind of the ones that we saw out of these 22 competing artists that were like, okay, you know what? These are kind of the ones we want to keep an eye on. At least me personally.
No, yeah. Right? Like, I mean, I need to do more research into this show, Amici di Maria di Filippi, because Irama won. If you said that, and all the, like, and a lot of the San Remo lineup.
Emma, what's her name from, who represented Italy in 20...
Emma... I forget her last name.
Like, literally, I was going through it, like, looking at just... Because I kept, like, when I was looking into San Remo as well, I kept seeing the name of the show coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, let me just go look at who like has been on this show, and it's like everybody. Okay, everybody. Like it was one of those things. So yeah, I mean, I would say look like if you look at like the list of winners or the list of people who've competed there and then competed at San Remo, it's a long list. Yeah, and then another national final that we have to talk about is Supernova.
Oh boy.
We've got our artists and their songs.
Mm-hmm.
Songs we have demos of. I don't like to judge a song by its demo, so I'm holding back my thoughts.
I'm gonna hold back my thoughts too, because like I have notions about how I feel about these demos, but they are just demos. We cannot narrow our opinions to just like what they were playing around in the studio with.
Exactly, and there's one of these songs that it got me on the first line, so
it got me in the first line too. Like it reminded me I needed to take my medication at a certain hour.
So yeah, just going over who's coming to Supernova. We have the return of Aminata. She'll be singing "I'm Letting You Go." Beatrice Heslier with the song "I'm on My Way." Bermudu de Visterius with the song "Bad." Bouillons, She, You and Me. Then C.T. Zany with the song "Eat Your Salad." Yeah, that's the one that got me on the first time. I know. And then Elena Lizavnova with the song "S. Habiutur." Inspo with "A Happy Place." Kato with "Promises." Linda Reshinitz with "Pay My Own Bills." Please be like "Bills, Bills, Bills" by like Destiny's Child.
Oh my god.
That's what I want the final version of that to be.
No, if that happens, then that might immediately be my winner, honestly.
Exactly. Marcus Riva with "If You're Gonna Love Me." Mehesius Milan, Rich Itch. Meeks Durkis with "First Love." Patrick Peterson, "I Can't Get You Out of My Head." Rom with "Plans." The Coconuts with "In and Out of the Dark." And Zelma with the song "How." Just, I guess we'll go with say some familiar faces right off the bat, like kind of how we go with staples. Aminata, she won Supernova.
Won My Heart Supernova in 2015, was my ultimate 2015 winner.
Love Injected is so good, and that's one of those songs that came out of nowhere for me.
Love Injected is one of the songs where it's just like Eurovision did not deserve that quality of music.
Honestly, between like Love Injected and Rhythm Inside, those both were just like straight up art.
Yes. Oh my god.
Like honestly, if those two songs were out in the same year, one of them probably would have won. Mm-hmm. That's my personal opinion.
They just managed to cancel each other out.
Exactly, but they both did like top 5. Well, no, Aminata came 6th.
Yeah, 6th and 4th. So like,
so they both did really well.
But I mean, that's in like the winners' like collective space. So like, yeah, it would have been one or the other if only one had competed.
Yeah, exactly. I really think that we would have had we would have been going somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Literally went somewhere completely different. Wow, now I can't just help but think, like, what if it were, like, either Brussels or Riga for 2016? Like, just playing with that idea, it kind of, like, messes with me.
So let's say Latvia won in 2015. At least they'd have a winning song that I like.
No, that's true, because I don't like the winning song at all. I'll be honest, I don't like I Wanna.
I don't know what happened, what collective drugs Europe was on.
This was the Dark Ages. It was the Dark Ages, okay?
No, let's say My Star would have won. My Star's a banger.
My Star is a banger,
Love
yeah.
My Star. I wanna. Ira Lasco should have won that year. She brought you titty glitter. She pulled that glitter out of her titty pocket.
Reality.
Yes, no. Ira Lasco was the one that year. I would defend that statement. Malta should have won a couple of times, but that's like the one I look at and go,
yeah.
Really?
Ira was the winner that year. I agree. Robbed.
You're gonna go with, okay, and then I don't. Yeah. I was just trying not to be like, guys. Yeah, no, that period. We should, like, once the season is over, we should really
No, we need to revisit these years and actually like have like a full discourse about what the hell happened.
I have lots of thoughts, none of them nice, about what was going on.
Me too.
Like the just 2000 to like 2008, there was a collective like lack of taste.
It was just darkness.
Hold on, my sister is calling me because she can't hear me talking.
That is all right. I could talk about Marcus Riva.
Yes, I love him. Speaking of my sister calling me, like she heard me talking about Marcus Riva, because I keep going down, that's her man. I don't know how to freak that sounds bad. He very much is the kind of guy Mrs. Frisk, like her taste in dudes is Marcus Riva. Take with that, now that you have that information, you know something else about us.
Honestly, he is a very pretty man, very nice voice. Yep. I do see the appeal. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I need to stop being like so thirsty on these streams for like these European mans. Because like, is this COVID the reason why like it's like getting hot in here? Like,
you got a fever, you gotta work it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be his 8th try to go to Eurovision.
I want him to do it. He needs to do it at some point, you know?
He honestly, because people like to talk smack. I love the fact that he doesn't give up.
He doesn't.
He does not. He doesn't give up. He's been doing the Latvian national finals since 2014. 2015, great. Like I think his song, 2016, I liked his song a lot as well.
2016 was my favorite song, yeah.
2015 and 2019, he came second, both of those years. In 2016, he came third. I honestly, like, just him, now that Samantha Tina has gone, you know what? It's time for Marcus. Like,
it is time for Marcus.
At this point, we're like, let's see if Marcus Rivas can do it, because he's kind of that other person in the Latvian national final system that you look at, you see them coming back year after year. You see them trying their hardest year after year. And I really, I'm looking forward to hearing what the final version of his song is going to be, because I root for him. Even if I don't necessarily like the song, I still root for him,
He still gives, like, a pretty rounded performance, like, at the end of the day. Yeah. And so, like, that alone says, like, okay, I mean, you're ready for this. You've been competing for long enough. Like, you know what you want from Eurovision, so I hope you finally get the chance to get that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know what? He's one of those people, it's like, I remember when Sanja Nilsson went to Sweden. And people were like, oh, like, a lot of the, like, Melfest fans were like, yeah, finally, she's gone through, she finally won Melfest, and she's been trying so hard for so long, and it's like, okay, I get that, and, I personally wasn't a fan of Undo, but I can appreciate her, and the effort she put in to get to the point where she's competing, where she went to Eurovision. Yeah. And that's why I feel Marcus Riva too. Like, he's one of those people, he keeps trying, he doesn't give up. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, and frankly, that's why I'm so hard, like, my opinions on him, like, why I'm so, like, kind of, like, rigorous, especially, like, with him and his music. It's because, like, I know he's not going to give up until he gets there. So I want it to be, like, the best that it can be. And I know you could do this, Marcus. Maybe this year. Frankly, it could be this year.
It could be. Like, honestly, if he went, I think I might have to be like, you know what, I gotta root for Latvia. I gotta just,
Yeah, right?
I'm pretty bad. So, and also, they haven't, like, made the final at Eurovision since 2016.
Let that sink in. Just, everyone let that sink in.
Like, I genuinely don't understand how they haven't made the final since then. I feel like that's why Almanata had to go. They went like, Almanata, come on. It's been like 5 years. You wrote Heartbeat. That was the last time we qualified. Could you come back, maybe?
They literally need you, Amanata. They need you.
And it's like, and at the same time, like, there's just so many things that, like, I want Latvia to do well. Because they're a smaller, they're a smaller country. when it comes to the contest and everything. They've got one win under the belt, but I want Latvia to do well. And
I mean, I also want them to decide wisely, because sometimes I feel like they don't pick the performer that would give them the best result at Eurovision. Kind of like that's how I feel about like the 2018 decision, about how like, well, I mean, like I did think Amoeba at the time.
We don't talk about why a certain song did not make it for Latvia in 2018.
Yeah, like I mean, we can, like, that could be a discussion for like after the season, and we're like rehashing out. Yeah. We're gonna put a pin in that one.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that one, and I think we're gonna put a pin in the stream.
Oh yeah, huh?
We do have Lithuania's national final kicks off tomorrow with the first heat.
Yeah.
We don't have a running order. I don't want to, without having running order in the full songs, I don't really want to say anything in regards to that. So,
we're gonna save it, but we're gonna keep our eye on that, and like probably by the next stream, we're gonna like have some down and dirty thoughts.
And I'll have a new computer by the next stream too.
Yeah, and hopefully like I won't be all like Dayquilled out and trying to figure out how to like set up this stream, because you guys, like it's been messing with me. I'm not even gonna lie. Throughout this whole stream, like I feel like I'm woo like a little here and there, but this, I feel like, was a pretty productive discussion, and I'm really excited to see like what everyone else brings for the next stream and everything we're going to be talking about then as well.
Yeah, of course. So we're going to let Jordan go to bed. And I hope you guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.